Okay, there we are. Okay, first of all, Nachos, thank you for subscribing. You're our first subscriber, so that's neat. Cool
Shout out to you,
stuff.
buddy.
Shout out to Buddy. I'm gonna turn off. No. I'm not. I'm gonna put this up here. Okay, hello everyone. Today's guest will be Pikapetey.
Hello.
Sorry about the lack of podcast last week, but I was out on a sort of mini vacation, but this week we're back, and we're better than ever because we have this man
we're better,
over
ready
here.
to go.
Indeed. So,
All right.
let's get down to business. We're not gonna defeat any Huns, but could you tell us a little bit about yourself for the people who are watching who have no idea who you are?
I am a professional animator. I work at Verizon Corporate as an animator, and I also run a YouTube channel that has nothing to do with my day job. It's just my hobby, and it's called Pikapetey Animations. Oh, yeah, and so I do VR and emerging technologies at Verizon, and I also do 2D hand-drawn animation on my channel.
Yeah, I've seen
Awesome.
a few of those things.
Yeah.
That's great.
That has a long story to it, which we're gonna get into hopefully.
Yeah,
right?
you posted them in chronological order that you wanted me to show them, right?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
So I'd say we start with Pika Gangnam Style.
Perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
so
I'm
we'll play it and then I'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's good. I'll play it now. Give me a second. I'll play it now for the people watching. This is Pika Gangnam Style by Pikapetey. That was a very intense experience.
It was.
Dude,
Okay,
tell me.
so this that is actually the origin of Pikapetey. All right. Prior to that, I was training to become a professional animator. I had my old YouTube channel is from October 2005.
Damn.
So I've been creating stuff online for a very long time. And my old channel, I had all my student films on there from college and all of my like animation tests. It was supposed to be like, this is me being a professional animator, or what I assumed that a professional animator would do. I've always been under the impression of growing up, because I come from a very small farm town community, that one was either born creative or you're not. And it wasn't until like after school, someone gave me the book Animator Survival Kit. And I had been dabbling in 3D animation at that point, thinking I was doing some sort of medical engineering thing. Yeah, but my goal was trying to make a human character walk around, and that is surprisingly difficult if you don't have any information, especially back in that time. We're talking.
We can ask
Yeah.
our friend Paul Johnson about walk cycles, right?
Yeah, so, and this is back in, I'm out in the boonies in 2004.
Yeah.
The only way the internet comes through is through a phone line. So there was no YouTube, there's nothing. So upon graduating high school, which was 2006, one of my teachers gave me the Animator Survival Kit. And
Awesome.
when I read it, I was like, holy shit. This guy figured out how to make a person walk, and it's like all right here. And I was like, wow, cool. And then I was like, I read up on it more, and I'm like, what's animation? So, and I've been doing animation like 2 years at that point. So eventually I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna learn this animation thing. I'm gonna have like the career that this guy had. So he kept stressing drawing, learning drawing, and I'm like, I'm not an artist, so I guess I'll try to learn drawing. So I tried to draw stuff, but I was so new to it, I didn't even know proper tools to use to draw. So like I was trying to get like a black look, and I was like, wait, how do they get that black look? Do they use like ink? And so I had an inkwell, but I didn't know that they had ink calligraphy pens. So I dipped my pencil in it and tried to ink that way. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how new I was to it, but I was still doing it. But the book really helped me make better 3D animation. So, I wanted to go. At that point, I was in Southern Illinois University, and the issue with me being down there is that like it was just film. It was all about like film, and I was going there for film because I figured film was the next best thing for animation.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody, like, especially people growing up today, you have no idea the amount of how small your worldview is when you have no information at all.
I know.
So my idea of what an artist was at that point was what I've seen from sitcoms. So
Okay.
if someone says that they're an artist from a sitcom, they're always played down for laughs. Like they're always like some drug, hippie, liberal, big ideas, and it's always just like outlandish ideas, like very free spirited. And I was like, those turn me off. I was like, I don't want to be associated with those people.
I don't want to be an artist.
So, but I tried to take an intro to drawing class. I took an intro to drawing class, and I met those people. One was like just
you
doing
met the
drugs all the time.
sitcom.
One had dreadlocks, and I'm like, okay.
You met the stereotype.
I met the sitcom version of an artist. So I was like, I gotta get out of this place. I gotta actually go. And so I researched what the people I looked up to. I was a big fan of Pixar at the time because they were doing 3D. I was doing 3D, and I was like, but I slowly figured out through the internet and stuff that how they got their look was with like split rendering, because there's no information of rendering out there at this time. YouTube was just starting to begin 2006. So I was making stuff to post online, but most tutorials were if someone took the time to sit down and type out exactly what they did and make a website, like a blog page about it, and not very many people did that. So the information of how you get a nice render wasn't really available. And then if you try to go through like forum sites, everyone has like broken photo bucket links and like, oh, I did this thing, and it's a broken photo bucket link, and then you just see replies underneath it like, oh wow, that really solved it, like thanks man. It's like, I
wish I could see it.
That out. Yeah, and I was researching John Lasseter and all these shows that I know of, and I was like, oh, they went all to Cal Arts. Like, yeah, let's go to Cal Arts. That seems like a good place to go. Okay, how do I get into Cal Arts? Okay, cool. Yo, what's a portfolio?
Oh man.
I was rejected outright. So I chose this other art school because when I went there, I went up to the library, and at that time, if I was making 3D animations, I had a hard time finding sound effects or information. Again, lack of information how to get there. And I walked into the library, and I turned the corner, and there's a wall, like it's as big as this bar right there, just a wall of CDs, sound effects, Nomon tutorials, CG talk, just a wall of information. And I was just like, oh. And I wrote down what was there, and if I went and bought all of that was on the wall, it was worth more than the tuition itself if I got all my gen eds out of the way. I was like, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to this school. I'm gonna rip everything from that wall, and I'm gonna buy like so many hard drives. I'm gonna rip everything from that wall, and I'm gonna use that to teach myself. So all the drawing tutorials and everything like that. So I had that, and that lasted me till going through that. That lasted me till like 2012. I graduated in 2010. I was still teaching myself. 2012 begins. All right. So now this is where Pikapetey animation starts. All right. I was learning animation. I was learning all these techniques and doing all this stuff, but I'd never done anything like really fun before. With animation. So I was like, why don't I do something? Because I was starting to get to the burnout phase where you start hating animating and you're just like, I'm not having fun with it. Like I gotta find a way to get fun.
I know someone who works in the Dutch animation industry like right now, and it's just like all he does, even though he is a professional animator, is draw. Just color in frames from children TV show. Just color them.
That's what you gotta do, man.
And someone in chat said, yes, the dark ages before the internet.
Yes.
But,
so
you're
the
back.
age of blogs.
You were in the table for a bit.
Oh, I was. Okay, cool. So anyways.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm always looking to explore things. Well, I realized I was live streaming before live streaming was a thing. Because one of my inspirations is Don Hertzfeldt, and I went and saw his stuff in theater when he went on tour. An animator going on tour, that's like unheard of today. But he went on tour, and I bought his DVD, and one of the things in his DVD, it says it's called Watching Grass Grow, and it's literally he filmed himself animating, and then you use the footage and cut that together in this long, ridiculously long video, I guess, to fill up the DVD because he didn't have enough material. So the rest of the DVD was just like with him, you could watch him animate. And I was like, I saw that back in 2010. I was like, that's brilliant. Like, if I have something watching me as I work, then I know it's watching me and recording me. I won't procrastinate. Like I'll be less reluctant to procrastinate, especially if I take that footage and I put it somewhere. So that's what I did. I set up a film camera. I would record myself and I would record myself animating, and then I would take that and I'd shrink it down, speed it up, and I'd like throw it up on a YouTube. On my account. So I'm like, yo guys, I'm working on a thing. Well then eventually that kind of got boring. I was like, man, I really wish I could actually see someone animate the, so I searched around, and there was Omegle was going on at the time, was getting pretty big.
Oh, right.
So I set up a webcam pointed to my screen. I was just animating while doing Omegle.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay, well, I got to keep it fun. Why don't I make oh no!
Got too far.
Yo, that's the problem with being short. Yo, it's going.
Oh, he's
all right. Full body track problems.
You're good.
He's back.
Okay, so I never animated an iconic character before while all of this training. So we're talking about about almost like 5-6 years at this point, me learning 3D animation. Yeah. I never animated an iconic character before, and I was like, why don't we do that? All right, so what do I got? We got Mickey or we got Pikachu, all right? Because everything I see with Pikachu goes like viral. So, okay, let's go with Pikachu. What's popular at the time? It was Gundam style. Let's make Pika Gundam style. Why not that? And then it was funny, and then I was like, what is something outlandish I could do? What if I just make Pikachu like smack his butt, and it was like, and that was funny. And so I didn't want to put this on my professional account, so I made a new account called Pikapetey. And while I was making Peak Gundam style on Omegle, this guy popped on and as I was animating, he was like, dude, what the hell are you doing on Omegle? And I'm like, well, I'm just animating. I was like, yo, your animation's good. Do you know My Little Pony? And I'm just like, I know it from Hot Diggity Demon, and I bought the cheapest case I could find, and it just happened to be Barbie pink. And all my keyboards are pink because when my computer died, I had to get a new one. And that was just the perfect time when I guess the industry was like, we're going to make computers for women. And they're all pink stuff. No one bought it. So like, let's mark it down. So that was the cheapest keyboard stuff you could find. And then my friend saw my pink computer. I was like, dude, if you're going to have pink computer, pink keyboard, pink mouse, you got to have pink interface and Pinkie Pie in the background. I'm just like, yeah, let's do the whole thing, you know? And
let's
I
go
don't
full
really
pink.
care what's on my background.
Go big
So.
or
We're gonna go all in.
Go full pink.
We're gonna go all in.
So and to this day, when it boots up, it shouts "Pink Power," and then it has like the Powerpuff Girls synth song. It's great. But,
Nice.
Yeah, he goes, yo, why not you actually do live streaming? And I'm like, what's live streaming? He's like, well, you actually have a channel where you stream and people can watch it, and people actually like follow you and wait for you to go there. And I was like, dude, it's probably a lot better than a whole bunch of people jerking off into the camera.
Absolutely. At least it's a more reliable audience. You know they're paying attention.
That guy turned out to be the living tombstone. The very famous musician artist.
Oh, I think, yeah, he's back from the My Little Pony days. He made a lot of music.
Yeah.
I've seen his stuff, yeah.
And so we got together on Skype, and it was the first time, and he, he's like, yo, you have Skype? And I was like, yeah. So he gave me contact information, get his contact information. I was like, guy has a pony avatar. It's kind of weird, I guess. But, all right. No. So, and he helped me set me up.
Back in those times, that's fine.
When the show was at its peak.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this stuff is kind of weird. All right. But I like how these people like my art. That's cool. Yeah. I do not want this associated with me at all. So they're like, yo, you have you want to put this up on your account? Like, what's your pony name? And I'm like, what do you mean a pony name? And they're like, yeah, you're OC. And I'm like, what's an OC?
That's a hell of a question.
Yeah, so what is your pony name?
Pikapetey.
And we'll get to that.
Okay.
It's like, I don't want this attached to my actual name. And they're like, well, you're animated Pikachu at the time. Why don't you call yourself Pikapetey? I was like, fine. Okay, you know what? We'll throw stuff up on there, and you guys will disappear, get bored with me in 2 weeks, and disappear, and I'll never, and then I'll just go back to my normal, schedule.
2018, and he's still with us. My, was he wrong?
What's next on the queue?
Next on the queue is a heart for Sweetie Belle.
So I started meeting creatives within the pony community and the collaboratives on the there was a whole bunch of artists getting together and making a short film called Pony's the Anthology. Now at this point I've never collabed with like animators before, and I was like, yo, this is kind of like being an actual animator, because at this point I was out in LA, I was out in SoCal just trying to get a job, like any job, and no one would give me a chance. But I was like, okay, well, I could pretend that I have a job by collabing with pony people and doing a whole bunch of stuff, pony stuff, because they kept paying me. They kept like sending me to like conventions. So I did a Heart for Sweetie Belle. Why don't we play that? And this was an end cap of an entire collaborative project.
So you want me to play that one right now? Then let's do that.
Do it.
I'll
Let's roll that clip.
Let's roll the clip. Let's go. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be showing it off.
Let me know when it's done. You can't see it.
Of course.
I haven't seen this one yet. I'm watching it on the stream.
At least it looks cute.
My great bundle of sweetness. It is love, love, love at sight first. No, is it not? No, yes. Oh, the mad rush of hot blood to the temples. Golden girl, you are the corned beef to me. I am the cabbage to you.
it's so moving.
That's all, folks.
Funded by Patreon.
Oh shit, Patreon.
That was an experience.
It gets better. So that
I look
is
forward to it.
that gets a heart for Sweetie Belle, but that was made over in the course of like 3 months.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm still utterly embarrassed by this pony stuff, because like I've been to a couple of conventions at this point, I've been to like panels at this point, and it was just like it was still really weird. I mean, I had fun talking to the creative people, but
it's
for me, it just
it's a
felt,
little hard to grasp.
I get what you mean.
it's a little hard to grasp. But I was like, okay, so is the next one PastaCon, right?
Yeah,
The next one I linked is PastaCon. So I had to go, okay, if I'm gonna make a pony thing that these people actually want to like legitimately like keep, pledging Patreon for, I'm gonna like actually make something good. That I'm going to use everything I've ever learned. I'm not going to skimp out on anything, and I'm going to really spend the time making it the best possible thing that I could make. Now, the problem with doing that in a short film is that you run into scope creep. All right, and that's a
yeah.
or
Star Citizen.
you spend so long on one. Yeah, you spend so long on one idea that your brain gets so bored of the idea that you're working on that it just, any new idea that you come up with, even if it's just adding like a snot dribble of it, is like the most amazing idea ever. So you just keep piling on ideas, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually the project is too large to complete.
Yeah.
That's what happened with PastaCon. That was my. But what I got done on PastaCon is pretty good. Why don't we roll that clip?
Well, the clip is like 24 minutes. What do you need me to show?
Wait, 24 minutes?
Yeah.
PastaCon?
Oh no.
No,
Oh
that's
no,
not PastaCon.
I'm confused. It's another one. But never mind. I'm sorry. Here we go. PastaCon. Are you guys ready?
I got it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Already
go.
roll that clip.
Let's see. After several delays, let's see. Oh, it's Poonies.
Hello, Line.
Hello, Line Monkey.
What the fuck?
Billies and Gentlecles, I bring you Eurobeat Brony!
Eurobeat Brony. I used to watch that.
1,000 years I waited, Discordia! Luna, Discordia! Luna! Discordia! Discord.
Say more Discord.
It's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, that was smooth.
I'll handle it.
Yeah, there's some more footage in the that I actually never released.
Okay, let's do this.
That I've
okay.
animated, and this is when, now granted at this time I'm still utterly convinced that what I'm doing is embarrassing and should never see the light of day outside of Pikapetey. I'll never associate it with my actual name.
My friends really liked it. Well, the regulars of this stream, they think it's really smooth.
Thanks.
Really smooth looking. Yeah, that's what I gotta say. It flows really well what you do, and even if this is the early stages of your career, it's nice. It's just nice to look at. It isn't that janky, jittery
Thanks.
stuff you usually run into, even on TV nowadays. So,
Yeah.
sweet. But go
Yeah,
on.
that was using that wall of knowledge that I was just slowly turning through, and eventually that's PastaCon is when like things started to happen very, very quickly. Like I was still looking for animation jobs. I was still looking for a whole bunch of wouldn't get in the door because I wasn't putting that stuff in my reel, because I was convinced it would like black book me. So, but I was showing it to internet people and they were actually liking it. And for some reason I didn't connect the two, that like people on the internet could also be like actual people, like professionals.
Yeah.
I thought that was like separate in my mind. So that's when I ran into that's when I started getting to the Cool Cat versus I Hate Everything, when like very large YouTuber channels started to hire me and I started to branch out more from pony stuff, with the Cool Cat versus IHE, and then there's like a Pencilmation, it's a Sunday fun day. Do you want to view that? Like,
Yeah, let's start with the IHE video, I'd say.
okay, that after the animation, I actually linked the one actually on his channel page. So like after the intro, then my part is done. But this one is actually really interesting. Before we play this one, if you don't know the backstory of that, there was this copyright kind of thing where the channel I Hate Everything. I Hate Everything reviewed Cool Cat Save the Kids and gave it a negative review, and Derek Savage went like crazy and like struck him down and like did all this a bunch of shady stuff, and this stuff was going down. So there was 2 videos before this of him explaining the situation, what he was trying to do, and because I made PastaCon with the pony face at the end, when he gets done singing and he makes that face like, hey, that's like a little nod to Oni and G. I took that face, made it a Pikachu, and then stuck it on my avatar, for the little icon. Well, inadvertently that did some things because it reaches out and grabs your eyeballs when you look at it. So he was on Twitter at the time just complaining, I don't know what to do about the situation and blah, blah, blah. And I just offhand tweeted to him, I was like, yo, what if I did a parody animation about this whole situation? And he tweets back immediately. He's like, yeah, do you want me to voice it? And so then his fan base and my fan base started going like, oh man, Petey is talking with Alex. Oh, there's a collab going on. I'm like, okay, Alex, please follow me on Twitter, so I can DM you. We can take this, conversation off, privately. So when he got me to make sure to prove to him that I wasn't full of shit, I was like, okay, look, I'm going to actually send you my professional demo reel that I cut together that I'm thinking about sending out. And I drop it with it. It has my 3D stuff. It had PastaCon on it. It had all this other stuff, and actually like my actual cell phone number and stuff. And I said to him, and he goes, oh, shit. Okay, now I'm really interested. This is now a commission. And I'm like, yo, and he's like, how much you want? And I'm like, dude, I got bills to pay. Like, if you could pay my bills this month, that'd be great. And he goes, done. And I'm like, all right. But he's like, but you gotta get it done in 5 days. And I'm like, oh, no. So this is, this is Cool Cat versus IHE.
Yeah, let's check it out. I am very familiar with it myself, but let's show the people.
Hi there, kids! I'm Cool Cat, and I love you! Let's have some funny, fun, yum
Daddy
time!
Derek.
Why, hello there, young man! Did you see my film about anti-bullying?
Yeah, I did. And I thought it kind of sucked.
That's not a nice thing to say! I will make you bleed for your words, Mr. Critic!
Would you mind calming down? I'm only saying the film is bad. No need to get worked up over it.
You'll be hearing from my liar team!
Will you realize that pretending to be a law firm doesn't actually count as being legal, surprisingly, and only further destroys your reputation?
Oh, that's very good. I love that one. I had no idea that was you, but I love it.
Oh,
I
wow.
love it so much.
That was great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
The deal that was he pays me my bills that month, and then I said also like you gotta verbally tell them to like go sub to my channel or whatever. It's like I get a verbal shout out at the end, but he did it right at the beginning of the film, so it was fresh in everyone's mind. Like my channel page was spiked that day, and that's what really got a lot of people interested in my work because they saw the PastaCon, they saw all this other stuff, and they're like, "Yo, can you do animation for us?" And so like I got this Ross guy. He was like, "Hey, I have a children's channel. I'll pay you like $1,000. Do you want to do a Sunday Fun Day? This thing?" I was like, "Yeah, pencilmations. Let's do it." And so I started doing pencilmation stuff. So I'm starting to branch out into other places.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah.
If you want to,
let's roll that clip. Let's grab Sunday Fun Day pencilmation. Okay, ready? Yeah, here we go.
Let's roll it.
3, 2, 1. Sunday Fun That's cool.
Yep.
Once again, very fluid, very energetic. Oh. Very technical. Well, that was sweet. That was really sweet.
That was great.
Thanks.
I can see why people hired you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was getting like commissions like left and right, and I was having a fun time, and then I hadn't worked for the Pony people in a while, and then they called me up again. They're just like, "Petey, we know your origins. We need you to do the BronyCon opening ceremonies for me." And I'm just like, "Oh no!" Like, I mean, come on, guys. Like, can we let the pony stuff leave behind? And they're just like, I told them, I was like, "Look, all right, I'll do under one condition. I will storyboard it for you, but I'm not going to manage it. All right. So I will design your project so it can get done with the right people."
Yeah.
And that was the deal. All right. So like, I don't.
The pony stuff.
Yeah. All right. So that was the deal. And so because they had the song "Good Morning Baltimore," and it's terrible. It is terrible because it's in Baltimore, the hairspray, and so it's god awful. And so I had to like, all right, I got to make this thing interesting by visuals alone. All right. So I've been to BronyCon before. I know what goes on in BronyCon. So I did all the inside jokes that are in BronyCon that you would, typically expect, and designed it that way. Well, the kid running the production was just like a tyrant, just like tried to do like power grabs and was batting down ideas, and eventually he was collectively the entire crew booted him off. And and then just turned to me and like, we're listening to you, Petey. I'm like, no, come on, guys.
Not part of my
Come
contract.
on. You're like, you're the director now, and I'm just like, shit. All right, so I got roped into it, and then we're not going to play the actual entire clip though, but that 25-minute one that I pointed to you, that's someone who was at BronyCon, and they didn't make an announcement that this was coming. This is all a secret project, and I had like less than 40 days to put together a 30-minute, not 30-minute, a 3.5-minute Broadway-style musical with no assets, and a novice team of like 3 people, and I had to get done in less than 40 days, and I even reached out to like Craig McCracken because he was on Twitter at the time, and he goes, "Yo, I gotta make a 3.5-minute Broadway-style animated music video with like less than 40 days with like skeleton crew. Like, what would you suggest I do?" And he goes, "I would run screaming out of the studio." And I'm like, "Thanks, Craig."
And could you remind me who's Craig McCracken again? Because I do know the name.
He made the Powerpuff Girls. He was working on. Of course. He was working on the what's the orange guy? Oh, Wander Over Yonder. He was working on Wander Over Yonder at that point, and so we got it done. I did the smart thing, knowing that I couldn't communicate with.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
He's fine.
I did the smart thing. Okay, BoJack Horseman was like really popular at that time, and I was so overworked, so stressed out that I basically became BoJack Horseman. All right, I was just a loose cannon. I would say things. I would just destroy everything around me. So I needed my Princess Carolyn to like put out the fires for me. So I found my friend is really good at talking, and I go, "You're gonna communicate between me and the pony people," and so I'm gonna say what I need to you in like the most verbal garbage ever. You interpret that and you talk to them. But it more came out like fucking and he's just like, Pete needs a little bit more time. So that was a very smart thing I did. We actually got it done a week ahead schedule. Normally these things go down is that you're running down the hall with the right 5 minutes before opening ceremony with it on a thumbstick, hoping it works. But we actually got done ahead of schedule, and I sent it to them with a big watermark across of it. Said, "Let's negotiate." So I actually got the crew payment, comped hotels, and comped badges, but like the highest tier VIP badges, so we can get to anywhere. All the free stuff that they could. They already had, that they're not actually like spending any more money.
You wanted those pony hookers.
So that was dropped on the convention at the opening ceremony. Nobody expected it, and so that footage, I actually pep talked my crew, and I said, "Listen, all right, I know we went through pony hell, like absolute hell, but you not talk about what we went through during this production, because it's going to bring a lot of good to a lot of people." Because at this point, everyone in the crew hated this production. You understand, when you work that much on a music video, you hear the song over and over and over and over again. It's not even just passively listening to the song. You actually have to think about the song. And I hated the song. I hated it so much. And I couldn't escape from the song because I would go to sleep at night, or I'd lay my head down on the pillow, and I would hallucinate the song. Like, it's so clear. I would hear it in my ear. Like, you know how you get like what's that ringing noise in your ear? Like if you got like hearing dares, tinnitus. It's like, imagine tinnitus was just that song. It wasn't like a high-pitched noise. Ponitis.
But maybe we should watch this dreadful production.
Watch the reaction to the dreadful production.
No,
it's a long one.
I first want to see it myself. I want to react to it too. So let's get to that.
There you go.
Let's brace ourselves for this awful experience, and let's get to it. Good morning, Baltimore. BronyCon 2015. Okay, are you ready, G1? Do you think
I'm
you
looking
can
forward to
handle
this one.
this?
I'm
Yeah?
looking
Okay.
forward to this one.
Okay, here we go. Good morning,
I'm
Baltimore.
not watching it with you guys.
Too many flashbacks.
Too much PSTD.
Woke up today, ready to put on a show for you. All of our planning will come alive. The day has arrived, no time for delay. I'm making my way, I feel the racing inside my heart. Open the doors and let us see BronyCon start. Good morning, Baltimore. All the good times we're bound to share. The marketplace and the panel halls.
And a concert that shakes the walls.
I just want to say, what Cat Lara said, you
And today when we drive the stairs,
Yeah, it's very on point, animation-wise, design-wise.
BronyCon
It looks exactly like the show. It looks great. Yeah, absolutely.
Schedule is set. VIPs ready to meet their fans.
So all the
I've got
people
my
I don't know.
clipboard and radio. I'm ready to go.
Oh, it's memes.
galore.
Oh, that's
All
good.
ready for more. They
Nice
seem to
2016
say,
Happy it's
meme.
up to you.
don't hold
Oh, I
us
saw
back.
it
Cause
before.
today all our dreams will come true.
Good morning, Baltimore. There are cosplayers everywhere. The marketplace is a work of art. It's very hard to choose where to start. Good morning, Baltimore.
Do not fret if there's too many crowds.
Anything I
Handle
can
this
say
wait
about
and
this is that you fucking
see.
hated it.
BronyCon and me.
Even if it was torture, even if it was mental
I
hell.
know every step, I know every song.
Perfect.
I know it's the place
You got
where
it.
I belong. I see all those party lights shining ahead. Start Brony Palooza before I drop dead.
So give us a chance.
Hold on,
You
we're
might
still
find
suffering.
romance
I
or a
can't hear
friend
you very well.
today.
heard him
Everything
on the
is
torture.
main event approved. So please take my oath. Now we start the show. Get ready
sexual
to go.
tension, people
I feel the racing inside my heart.
So, don't make me wait one more moment for the con to start. Good morning, waiting for the con to start. I love you, Baltimore. Excitement is
I like the
thick
guy's
in the
voice.
air. The inner harbor is overrun by ponies yelling fun, fun, fun. And I promise Baltimore, that's today when they trot up the stairs. The world's gonna come here and see. Gonna come here and see. BronyCon and me.
Speedy, I know him. Minty Roots, Zolaris, Iron Solari. Well, all these freaking names.
Shout out to that team that
Jen
worked on
McGregor,
this.
Mark McAllister, Caitlin Middleton.
Yeah, the singing wasn't that bad actually.
No, no.
The song
The music was
wasn't my
good.
style, but the singing was pretty well done.
The singing actually was improved halfway through production because I kept commanding they retake the singing with a certain voice actor because she was off key.
Do not
okay.
fret if there's too many crowds.
Fuck.
This is where Godzilla comes in. There he is.
I can very much appreciate that. That's good. Oh, okay. What people say? No, stop.
That was so.
The song
that was
really
so good.
gets annoying. Yeah, the song is annoying, but I like their voices. It's not.
Imagine
very
if you had to
bad.
listen to it for 40
No.
days.
No. We still have
40
the
days.
reaction of the people.
So that brings up a point. I know as in creatives and when you're working like especially like a job in the industry or you're putting stuff on YouTube, like when I put up stuff on YouTube, all I have to go by are the comments down below. We know how abysmal that is. All right.
Yeah, YouTube comments.
And then when you work for stuff for like the industry, you you submit something and you never see where it goes, like until the project's done or it gets changed or something like that. So it's very like unrewarding. And you start, when you're working with this stuff so long and you have those types of reactions, you're wondering why you're even doing this thing. Like why am I doing pony stuff? Like why? Because because at the end of these projects, you're so convinced because you've been with it so long, you hate it. You absolutely hate it because you see all the mistakes and you convince yourself that I hate it, therefore everyone else hates it too. Like there's no way anybody could possibly like this shit. It's a very common reaction. So BronyCon opening ceremonies, there was like 3,000 to 4,000 people packed in that opening ceremonies hall. All right. And I had a front row seat of what that was going to be like, because we got there early. We played it on the screens to make sure everything's okay. We ran it through. Okay, good. All right, let's take the seats, in the reserve section, right in front of the stage, and let's, let everybody in. So everyone came filing in, and my heart is just like, boom, 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 like, oh my god, are people going to like it or not? And if you're an animator and you've never screened your work in front of a crowd, in front of like a movie theater, like it's better than the greatest rush that you can get from any drug. Like it is awesome. So play that and you can really see how people reacted to it. Does it start with
your stuff, or do I have to skip through a certain time?
Because it caught everyone by surprise. They didn't announce they had it. They actually started the opening ceremonies just bam. They just started playing it, to get everyone's attention. And so everyone was caught by surprise, and someone whipped out their phone as fast as they could and started recording.
Okay, well, let's get this going.
Right.
I'm gonna watch the reaction.
Let's roll that clip.
Stop saying that.
Let's roll that clip.
Roll a clip.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, people are screaming already. Come on. Go mental. Where's my microphone? Why do I have to watch this song again?
This is a parody of Hairspray. Pretty brilliant.
People are going fucking mental.
That's great. Hey, it's only $1.
And then there's the colors of the people we don't know. And then there's the meme and everyone starts screaming, of course. People are going insane.
That looked like AC Race Fest. I hope this goes to YouTube.
Oh, it will. And it will be remixed, and it will be
I know every song. I know it's the place where I belong. I see all those party lights shining ahead.
That's funny.
I like it, the scenes and the sit. Please stop singing. And you have the really fast
I can't believe it.
Restart the show. Get ready to go.
I die a little every day.
That's posted Pony and t-shirt cannon. Plushie cannon. Thank you. At the Hard Rock Cafe. The detailed animation for the convention is really good.
Yeah, I recognize every bit of that.
So do I.
The thing just finished. Do I need to go on? Is there more?
Oh no, you don't need to go on.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Imagine that's gonna be pretty rewarding, you know, getting a reaction like that.
Yeah, there's nothing.
We just, oh dear. Someone's gonna jump out. Someone's gonna jump out a window.
Yeah, sorry, Nitsua. It's been fun, buddy.
I'm sorry, Nitsua.
It's been fun.
They have a lot of enthusiasm, yeah. But honestly, I'm gonna say right now, Petey, for something you didn't want to do, for something you wanted to get rid of, some scene you wanted to step out of, you really killed it. That looks fantastic. But in the end, even though you hated it, was it worth it?
My next point. So
hit me up. Hit me up with those answers, Speedy.
I was doing all that work, and then a while later, I get a call from someone, a very old client, and says, "Yo, I've been watching you." And I'm like, "Oh shit, do you know about my channel?" He's like, "Yeah, I know about the pony shit." I'm like, shit. All right.
Fuck.
And I go, "Hey, listen, do you want a job?" And I go, yeah, like, okay, cool. Another job? Because let's do it. I was like, what is it? I was like, I actually cannot tell you because it's classified. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, what is this? And he goes, look, I'm going to hook you up with my a recruiter. And they're going to fill you in the information, and they're going to set up the video conference call or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. And then end the call there. Next day, I get a call from a lady. She sets me up. She's like, "Hi, is this Peter Casey? I'm from like yada yada yada. I'm the recruiter, and we're gonna set you up with the phone interview." I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what this job is for. Like, can you at least tell me? And she goes, "No, that's unfortunately I can't tell you because it's under NDA." And I was like, "Okay, well, can I ask who's interviewing me?" She goes, "Yo, yeah, just listing off names. All right, I'm writing them down. It's the CEO of Verizon, the CEO of AOL, the Kodak was going to be there, like all of these top people in this, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is this job? Like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what is this job about? And they're just like, we can't tell you because it's under NDA. And I'm just like, that's like, is this some sort of elaborate joke? And I figured out. Bonneville begins. It's a video conference interview. I had to log into this weird site, and we get on. I'm in the suit tie. I'm sweating bullets here. There's people in this conference room, all in suits, and they're just like, "Hi, you're Peter J. Casey. We've seen some of your work. Like, we'd like to talk to you about managing some projects." And I'm like, "I can manage a project." And go, "Okay, cool. But first, we want to know what you know about virtual reality." Go. And I'm just like, and this is 2015. Like, virtual reality has not been in the public eye, but because I was helping a friend, Igor, in the My Little Pony fandom make, because he had a dev kit 1 for the Oculus, and I was helping him figure out how to build stuff in Unreal so he could make his pony game. And so I talked about the time I went to Disney Quest in Chicago from 1999 to like 2001, and then I talked about me working and making stuff for the VR stuff. I impressed them enough; they hired me to manage the team for emerging technologies, virtual reality. I never, like, besides the Dev Kit 1 with the pony stuff, I never experienced VR before. And so the first day of the job, I'm going through all this stuff, and they're like, yo, here's a 360 video. And I'm like, we have to make a 360 film. And I'm like, cool. What's 360 film? And they're like, well, imagine a film, instead of a screen, it's on the inside of a sphere. And I'm like, cool. I've made plenty of films before. Like, I can storyboard a film. It's like, I got my little index card, and I wrote them out. I was like, I'm going to make a storyboard. Wait a minute.
A spherical
The screen's
film.
the inside of a sphere. How do you storyboard a sphere?
Yeah.
So, and so it's just like the pony stuff that wasn't supposed to be my associated with me, eventually led to me getting to the job that I have now, which now I'm full time and actually there, and it's been an incredibly long journey, all because I love animating. So there's no. This is the weirdest path ever. I'm just like, sometimes I wake up and I'm like screaming in the shower as I'm taking my morning shower. I was like, this should not be working. Why is this working?
I made a fucking pony video. How can I be
I
here?
make pony videos. And so now I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, okay, so they know that I have the Pikapetey channel, and they know, like, my coworkers know about that. They know I've done the pony stuff, but it's not gonna come up in like business conversations with clients. It's not gonna come up there. And so I'm having a board meeting or whatever with a new client from a different, like, a tech company. I forget who, and then my supervisor comes in and goes, oh yeah, here's Peter. He's our animation director. And he also is Pikapetey on YouTube with over 100K subscribers. And I'm just like, oh no, please no. And he goes, oh, 100K subscribers. Yeah, can I see some of your work? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, but like, I got this pony song that's been haunting me forever.
And then it's like, oh, My Little Pony. Yeah, my daughter watches My Little Pony. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah, well, that's a good reference point for the fat cats of the industry. My daughter watches ponies. Yeah. Little brushy.
Yeah, so there you go. So now, since I've got that job and the stress of me, the financial situation, the stress of the financial situation has been lifted. Now my stuff, I'm starting to get into shorter format, like exploratory stuff, just like having even more fun, because I do 3D art during the day and I don't want my 2D skills to fade. So I do like, what do I have on there?
Next video is Roasted Raccoon.
Yeah, Roasted Raccoon. Yeah, let's play that. So
okay,
sounds good.
Let's do that.
Let's roll that clip.
No, stop! Stop with the clip.
Let's
roll
that clip.
No kibble for you.
No, please.
Oh, is this your own hands?
Yeah.
Oh, it's stop motion. I love it.
I like your G1 figure.
Hi, I'm a cheaply animated raccoon, because me is a terrible animator. What are you? Come here. What's going on? I created you. I can destroy you.
I like your
Fire!
Mickey Mouse.
I'm joking. You're too cute. Here, have a flower. If you like that cartoon, then click on my fabulous llama booty to subscribe to Pikapetey. Look at it bounce.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a llama.
Hey, there's always
That's a
got
thick
good
llama
booties
if I've
in a
ever
Petey
seen one.
cartoon.
Yeah, thick llama. It turns out I like
llama,
animating
man.
butts.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice a trend.
Yeah, there's a couple of times during the live stream, and people start pointing out like, Petey, you're spending too much time in the butt. Move on. And I'm like, but it's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be perfect butt. So they didn't. So I just ran with the butt thing. So then I just made ass magic when someone pointed out that you have way too much butts.
They're bubbly bums. You want me to show ass
Bubbly
magic
bums.
now?
Ass magic, yeah.
Okay, so people, here's
Let's roll
ass
it.
magic.
Let's roll that clip.
Let's roll a clip.
Roll it.
Ah! Let's do it.
Fitness Coachman here with a revolutionary training
Fitness
technique that will
Coachman.
transform your body. Boom! Ass magic.
Boom.
Yes. Yes. Shake those hips, you naughty, naughty boys. Boom! Ass magic.
That's a clever one, dude.
Ass man.
That's a clever one. That's a really clever one. You should do something with
So many
asses so you
levels.
turn them into asses. That's
And it
that's clever.
transforms your body.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh man.
Someone said it's the same in Avatar creation. The butt must be perfect.
Good point, Cat.
I know, right?
But yeah, ass magic. Clever. I like it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? Yeah, I do.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and so I've been getting more exploratory in short format, and which kind of led me to VR chat because I saw VR chat as like a new medium
Yeah,
to
of
like
course.
explore animation in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We
We don't have any more clips yet, do we?
Yeah, we do. We have Garfield Spanky Spank, and Scooby Doo Reanimated.
Ooh.
I mean, and this is still while I have my day job, you know. So this is post getting day job. This is all stuff I'm making during day job.
People from the chat are gonna unsubscribe from you.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, you want,
let's
you
play
want
that-
me
let's
to
play
show
Garfield.
Garfield Spanky Spank? That's a spicy one.
Let's go. You got time, why not?
Garfield, you vet
Let's
cat.
roll it.
Let's get it in.
Garfield, you fat lazy piece of shit. Get off the floor. Why are you lying on the floor?
Because, John, I am dead. I've always been dead. Dead as a meme.
That doesn't make any sense. Come here, you piece of shit cat. I will spank your behind. Spank,
No,
spank.
John, please.
Spanky, spank.
It hurts. This hurts so
Spank
much.
your furry booty, you filthy cat.
Please stop.
It's very short but effective, I'd say. Subscribe. Yeah, people subscribe.
Do it.
Or don't. I personally won't.
See more-
Ever. No more ponies.
See more.
Speaking of subscribe, I'll subscribe to you because I like your
Day of the
style.
Pony is done, my friend.
There we go. What does
Yeah,
Twitch have to say? I watched the Garfield video a lot. 357 sneak. All right, that's good. I get some vibes from Ego Raptor. Egoraptor. I remember that. It's the,
actually, yeah, Egoraptor. So I there's a lot of references that I pulled from. So for instance, the I Hate Everything versus Cool Cat, when his eyebrows continue to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. That's actually a direct reference from Egoraptor's was it Metal Gear Awesome 2? Because he goes like, "Oh gee whiz, I hope a tank doesn't come out and totally own me." But during that shot, his eyebrows grow into an orange tree, and because it's like, and Aaron, when he made the composition, he's like, "There's so much space up there. I'm just gonna make his eyebrows go into an orange tree." So that's I just had his eyebrows continue to grow.
That's how you fill up a scene. That's how you fill up a scene. You just make if you ever have too much space in a shot, be it a live action movie, be it an animation, just make the character that's in focus, just make their eyebrows huge. You hear it here, and it works because it's funny. Yeah. Just do it.
So and it's so weird because like for 6 years prior to me joining the pony stuff, like I was trying to get so hard into the industry, and I was doing like everything that I thought I should be doing, like making grown men cry, and making like two people like they love each other but not really, like all this really like hoity-toity acting stuff, that's and making the character whoa
easy there. Easy there.
Like, and doing the weight lift and everything and like that, and it was all like boring. It was making animating depressing stuff is actually depressing. It's not fun. And so it's weird because like when I finally just like took it and I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm just tossed there, and I'm just gonna do what stuff. I want to do what I want to do, and I want to have fun with my stuff. I want to actually have fun with it and laugh at it, and I want to draw something and laugh at how funny it is. Then that's when things started happening for me.
Then
so
then we get to Scooby-Doo Reanimated. You want to show that?
Yeah. So this clip. Okay, so now I have to do like, even if I want to have quality in my work, I have to like, because my time gets very, very limited at this point. And so if I want quality in my work, I have to do like very, very short segments, right? And it just so happens that there's a lot of animators feel this way too. So they've done things called reanimate projects, where you take a very crappy old show and then a whole bunch you divvy out the shots to each animator, and then the animator can animate the shot in whatever style they want.
All right,
As long as they don't change the characters. They can draw the characters anyway, but as long as the characters, it's supposed to be that character, and they don't change the flow of the shot, of the sequence.
I've seen it done back when the steamed ham things were really big. You had like these.
So I was part. So I was part of the Mama Luigi Reanimate project. So like I got in late, and so I had like the leftover shots, and it was like a Luigi falling off a waterfall, like a lava fall, just go like and then Yoshi coming out of a chair and like eating something off screen. So I had fun with that, where instead of Luigi falling off the lava fall, he thrusts himself off the lava waterfall with his chiseled, oiled abs and long flowing hair.
And he's just like, video. I do not have this video.
Yeah. Well, this one I tried to get into the Dover Boys Reanimate project, and I got into late, but now I got into it, and I have to go back and finish working on it because I had till Monday. But I got into the Scooby-Doo Reanimate project, and I got this like really bad shot of this blizzard thing coming out of a tree and scaring Scooby-Doo. Like that's basically it. Just, so I decided you know, I'm going to make it fun for me. Like, what is something, because I always do something in my animations, what is something I've never seen before?
Yeah.
And so I decided I'm going to have the monster come out of the tree asshole first, and then he's going to be inverted out of the tree like he's like being pulled like a sock. You know how you invert a sock? So like through his butthole.
That sounds
all right,
really,
and then
fucking
I was
funny.
trying to put like I tried to pull like a lizard face on him, but I couldn't get it drawn right, and I was getting so frustrated. I was like, you know what? Just put big ass goofy lips on this guy. Just big ass goofy lips and baby legs and baby arms, and he's just gonna be like, grab me fingers. So that's what I did.
Oopsie doopsie. Okay, let's check it. Let's roll it. Let's roll it.
Roll that clip.
Okay, Michael. We're gonna look at it. Scooby-Doo reanimated. Let's go.
No, not that door.
It's Lousy Lizard.
Oh, God.